This is Andy Purwell for Boxing News. I'm joined by Alex Krassyuk here in London. Alex, last but not least, this is your final interview of the day, I hope. You never know, someone might appear from around the corner, but yeah, how are you firstly?
A little bit tired, exhausted, but happy and ready to go.
Happy, ready to go, and obviously you've come down to London for the second journey of your press conference tour. Oleksandr Usyk defending his unified crown against Daniel Dubois. Straight into it, Daniel's hungry. Daniel's looking to take those titles from Oleksandr Usyk. What did you make of what he had to say in the press conference today?
He hasn't enough confidence to make it. I mean, if you look at a man who is debating on political scene, the one who is doing it for the first time, even just an interview. If a person is strong enough but he's not experienced, he's making an interview, he's not feeling comfortable. He can't say what he really wants to say or he has to say. It's the same with Daniel. He can't be 100% open just because he hasn't got that background yet. So my prediction is that Daniel will be very grateful to Oleksandr Usyk for the biggest and most valuable experience that Daniel is about to get in the fight with Oleksandr Usyk.
Going into this fight, a lot of people think Daniel doesn't really have a chance with Oleksandr. Alexander's a massive favourite. Is it a surprise to you that people are kind of overlooking the challenge of Daniel Dubois?
I don't think they are overlooking. They are trying to analyze it. And it would be unfair, as I'm Usyk's promoter, but I have to say it on my behalf, like from myself, that like a boxing expert, not like a promoter. I feel it this way. I mean, I don't see what are the instruments that could lead Daniel Dubois to victory. There is always a chance of a punch, 100% agree. But what else? Unfortunately, I don't see anything that may bring success to Daniel Dubois, except punch and Frank Warren's words.
Going into this fight, it's similar to the Anthony Joshua one. People see the size, the natural size difference. Daniel is the bigger man. Speaking to Don Charles, he said he wants Daniel to impose himself on Oleksandr. Anthony never really did it as much as what people felt he should have against Oleksandr. Do you think Daniel could do it more so than what Anthony tried to?
You never know what was in AJ's mind when maybe he tried, maybe he just wasn't able to. There are some special tricks which Usyk used to use with Anthony Joshua. I tell you it as true, secret truth. He prepares himself for that. He knows what to do and how to act. But to impose yourself all of your weight on another fighter, you have to fix the fighter, come to him, put your hands on him, and then to impose. But first you have to catch him. If you need to catch him, you need to take a step towards him. But if you're taking a step towards him and get punched twice or three times, you change your mind. You step back, then you get punched twice again. You change your mind. So plan A doesn't work. Plan B is in action. What is the plan B? So plan B is not try to expose your weight on the fighter, but try to overbox him. It's difficult to overbox Usyk. Ask AJ. He tried it twice. So you have then no other options rather than to try to land a punch. And if you are focused on a punch, which Daniel normally is, you're trying to throw a punch to find the timing. You're throwing one punch and you miss. You're throwing two punches, you miss. After missing 10, 12 punches, you feel desperate. And this despair blows up your mind. You don't know what to do. What is the plan? You come to the corner and your trainer tries to encourage you somehow, but there is no actual plan because one man is just better than the other. So, okay, take your turn, do whatever you can. Try not to get knocked out. That's the plan. So after Usyk eats his heart, he starts eating his soul. I mean, sports-wise.
Alex, speaking of Anthony Joshua early on, we saw him on Monday at his Dillian White press conference. He said Tyson Fury is ducking Oleksandr Usyk. Do you agree with that now, especially with the Fury and Ngannou fight being announced?
Who said that?
Anthony Joshua. He said Tyson Fury is ducking, so avoiding Oleksandr
I
Usyk.
understand. Might be true. I don't think Tyson is scared of Usyk, but I think he's avoiding him. I think that's true. It might be a part of a strategy. We all heard Frank Warren saying words today about the proper timing. But there is no space, not enough space for Tyson Fury to avoid. I tell you why. He's losing popularity now. Significant amount of fans just lost respect to him because he's not paying back. He's not paying off their support, their investments like tickets buys, like pay-per-views, like merchandise, whatever. He's not paying back, and he's losing popularity. And if the strategy is to keep the timing, the proper timing, by the end the timing comes, Tyson Fury will be worth around zero. So I don't think this is a proper way to go. I think it's better to face Usyk now and to satisfy the fans, to give them what they want. And everyone in the whole world wants the undisputed heavyweight fight to happen as soon as possible.
It's such a short window to try and make that fight because you start getting mandatories put upon you, as such as Daniel Dubois. Are you confident that in the new year, which has been spoken about January, we can see Fury-Usyk if obviously Alexander comes through Daniel?
I can speak on behalf of Usyk team. We've done everything possible. We've signed everything, every paper, we've announced it publicly. The only thing that is pending to make this fight happen is Tyson's Fury signature on a contract. Was he offered any money? Frank Warren says no. But I don't think it's 100% relates to the reality. I think Tyson Fury was offered a very significant sum of money that exceeds 2 or 3 times exceeds his best purses ever earned. It means that if he turns down this offer, we don't know what his reaction is. But if he turns down the offer, we should try to figure out the real reason. Maybe AJ is right.
What did you make of the Fury and Ngannou announcement? And also, do you think Tyson should have been stripped of his title because that was a talking point after it?
Well, I mentioned that Tyson has to be stripped because he stays inactive. But it's not his guilt. I mean, we shouldn't blame him for that. WBC has to appoint a mandatory challenger for him and make a mandatory fight. So it's very easy to handle. On the other hand, making very bad service for boxing in general, fighting Ngannou when you are about to fight in the biggest fight of the century. It doesn't make much sense to me. But maybe he wants to practice something, maybe he wants to fill the ring or whatever, or to extend some time, or just to earn money. I have no idea. But the fact is that the fight is not happening yet. And I never heard that Tyson agreed to fight Usyk in Saudi Arabia.
Final one from me, Alex, because I know you want to go and enjoy some part of your day. Alexander signing with Skills Challenge, is that deal only kind of coming into play if the Fury fight can be agreed? So say if you don't get the Fury fight, are you free to leave, or will you have fights that you have to complete under that?
It's not even, it's irrelevant to use word free to leave, because we are very, how to say, very friendly. It's not even called a contract, it's a very friendly agreement, let's say, to make the big fight happen. I've been promoting Usyk since 2013, and we've go through some serious roads already and achieved some significant results. Mm, it's always great to have a partner who can expand your potential. And these guys, they are the ones. Together we can expand our potential and make Usyk bigger, make heavyweight boxing bigger.
Alex, I'll leave you now to try and enjoy your evening and the rest of your time here in London. Thank you for waiting to speak to me. It's been a pleasure. And safe travels back.
Thank you very much.